We're talking about the significance of being all glammed up in our beads and our wrappers and all of the outfits that a regular Benin bride would wear for her wedding, and how what that means to the bride, to her family, how it makes them feel. So we caught you at the point where we're making your thoughts known, but please just take it up from there.
Okay, like I was saying, traditional dressing is a way of telling people where we came from. Is a way of showing people our identity, our roots, interpreting our history, to its full glory. You don't need to ask the question. When you see us and how we came out, you know where we came from. So it's actually a way of celebrating our culture to its fullest. Yes. So seeing a bride all glammed up, there's this glow that goes along. There's this glory it carries. Adult dressing is actually the envy of all.
Yeah.
Are you getting it? So it's a beautiful thing per se. Let me use that word.
Yeah, a lot of people do have so many negative statements about the Benin people, Edo people, then particularly the Benin people. Even people who have never encountered a Benin person has one negative thing to say. But when it comes to that dressing, everybody wants to copy it.
Awesome.
A white person is trying to copy it. Every tribe, even the Igbos that have something similar, they've copied. In fact, I don't know if it's modernization or call theirs. Sometimes you can hardly even tell the difference.
You understand?
Between it. Getting very close. Yes.
So it's so beautiful. Like, sometimes because of my profession, because it's what I do. So there are times I also sit down and admire it. Like, wow, this is beautiful. To talk of those that don't really, does not really belong to, the culture, the Edo. So it's really an envy of all. Like,
very true.
It's so beautiful, and it adds its own special glory that goes along.
It is. Now, analyzing this supposed restriction/ban, and what do you even understand as a stylist? Because there are different explanations to it. So maybe we'll have your own perspective of what you think these restrictions is about, and then how do you think the Benin bride will now express themselves for their wedding going forward?
Okay, because this whole thing actually has its own glory and beauty that goes along, and it's also a way of expressing our culture, showing forth our identity. So this ban or restriction per se, if I don't know if I'm right, but please, there is room for correction from the royals. If it's actually a ban or a restriction, we don't know, but it will actually limit our expression. I recently attended a function, and there's this cultural troupe. Normally, when you see them dress, you don't need to ask them where they are from. There's this thing about this cultural dressing. It brings its own definition. Like, this person is and Benin people be this. Permit me to use such language. You don't need to ask much question. So seeing them on that very day, because of the restriction and all that, they just pack their normal natural hair and just put 2 beads on their neck, like. So it was not looking. You understand? It was not catching. It was like that glory was not too full. It was like current glory per se. Are you getting it? So it will really to go well per se, but it will restrict our expression. Is a way of expression, so it will be restricted, and
That doesn't mean well for
It
us.
won't really go well.
A lot of people are saying
to the industry, to the profession, or to the culture per se. I don't know, but to me, I just feel it won't go. Make it look boring. It make it look boring. Make the whole thing look boring. Like people out there are really scared. We don't even know. Some persons are like, there are different rumors. Some say it's not banned. You can do this. There's this type we can do. There's this type we can't do. But I don't know. But if this ban of a thing is really true and it's going to continue, it won't really go well. It will really affect us and the ministry as well.
Okay, personally, someone was having this conversation, and I personally said, I think it would make a whole lot of sense if, like, there's a picture from the palace, like, this is allowed.
Yes.
This is extreme. You know, clarifications. If people do not understand the use of something, abuse will be inevitable. So, if you're saying something, when the Bible was saying write the vision, make it plain, the igewai, you have to make it plain. They need to come out to make it clear that this is what we're saying and this is what we mean. But is it so bad for other cultures to copy the outfits of another? You know, we do a lot of gele tying in Benin right now.
And gele does not belong to Benin.
It's not ours. So is it so bad for another culture to wear the outfit of another? Or is it because they said some transgenders, they are not female, they are trying to dress like females, so whenever they're doing, because it's bead, so I don't get, did you frown so much when you see other cultures copying our dressing? Do you also frown when you see other genders dressing like a Benin bride?
Okay.
As a stylist.
To me, I don't know if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, there's room for correction from the palace per se. I didn't see anything wrong with it. If other people are copying what we do, it's because they love it, it's because they like it. But what I'm not too okay with is the gender stuff.
Thing. Okay.
So I can't imagine a male per se doing okuku. So it does not really go well. I don't know if that is what actually brought about the frowning.
There's so many rumors.
I don't know. Okay, the whole thing now is we don't even know what's happening. We are just floating, especially those of us that are really taking this thing as a profession.
Yes.
This is what we do. So we don't even know where we belong right now. We don't even know what to do. We don't know what to believe. We don't even know the type to do and what not to do. So we really appreciate it if those in charge from the palace, if they can really come out to make it clear, bring the difference. These are the ones. These are the dressing for the palace. This is the dressing for the royals. This is the one for the general public. So we just want to hear them talk. They should talk to us, please.
You know, there's this, it's modernization. Even in culture, there are some new things we add. It's just normal, like the way men wear agbada now.
Yes.
Agbada is more of a Yoruba and Hausa, even more Yoruba than even Hausa dressing, but we have a lot of Hausas wearing it now. Then now there's this Igbo bead that men are wearing.
Yes.
So you go for a wedding, you see all the ashrebi, which by the way is not even a Benin word, but we call them ashrebi girls. You know, we've adopted that one too. Then the guys, they have this long black Igbo beads. It's so beautiful. I really love it. I've been pushing my husband to copy it. Copy, you know, because it's fashionable to me.
Because it's beautiful and people admire it, and they want to join you to celebrate your culture. You know, when you see other people as in doing what you do, buying what you sell,
good.
It's a good. You are making progress. Are you getting? But okay, this whole thing is actually a traditional thing, but I don't know if there is more to it.
But there's this there are these symbols that the Benin culture didn't used to use before.
Okay.
That maybe modernization made them add it to the dressing.
Yes.
You know, we have, I think they call it igan, or I don't know.
The gown, they call it elmo.
Elmo, okay.
Those accessories, those symbols.
Yes.
Like we
Some
have the
have
star,
palm trees.
the moon, the sun, you know, the
Festa.
Attire, that we do use.
But where did that come from?
Okay, these are actually symbols from the palace.
Yes.
Symbols from the palace, like, you know, it represents, there are some things it actually interprets.
Okay.
If you are really a Benin person,
You understand.
You understand. So when you see, it's just like a full Benin dressing is a full story. From our hair to our toe is a full story. Are you getting it? So it's actually a symbol, like the Edos, the Benin symbols, the moon, the star, and everything to its glory.
Okay, so because I've actually never seen a queen with those things on their okuku.
Yes.
I've checked pictures of the queens, the present queens and the ones before. You don't have them using those accessories. So I don't. Some are saying those are the things the palace are frowning on. They don't want those accessories. Some are saying it is not the accessories per se, but the ones that have the ebe and the ada. Some are saying don't put at all. And some are saying don't even do okuku at all.
So are you seeing the way the confusion is coming from?
Okay.
Are you getting that? Even we, like I saw it the other day on social media, someone outside the Edos were like, but it's like you guys are actually confused. Like, okay, fine. Which one can they do now?
That's even my next question.
The person actually asked me a question. She was like, okay, you are from this place, you belong to them, you are an Edo. So if what about these accessories you're talking about, these Ada Eben? Okay, those symbols, the star, the moon, the palm tree, the all and all that belong to the palace. Okay, what about if you should remove them?
Can you still make the okuku?
Can we still make the okuku with those accessories? Like, okay, let's take for example, you can just use that same iron to carve a chair, to carve a symbol of love. Okay. To carve, you know, a symbol of things that does not, as in, belong to the palace. So, can we still use it? The person was asking me. I was like,
I don't know too.
Okay, this is where we
need clarifications from.
Clarifications. Really, if those things are really out of it, can we still use it?
Okay.
Can we use it?
That's a big question though.
Yes.
And I really do hope that the palace will get all of these questions, because even beyond independent television, those questions are on social media. People are asking questions. They want to be sure of what they're doing and what they're not doing. You understand? Okay, so only Benin will understand what I just said.
Yes.
You really do not want to offend the traditional home of the Benin. You don't want to offend the palace. You need to be sure, especially when curses are not even placed on these things. But you've also had brides that have gotten married recently. So what alternatives did they use? Okay. So for those who are watching now, maybe their wedding is next week and they're so confused.
Do you know, sorry to say, as an Edo bride, because we were so scared of, not doing what is actually right to the home where we came from, to the palace, to the tradition. So we just tend to do the Igbo. Igbo has their own okuku. Yeah. Igbo use beads. Other tribes use beads. Yeah, the Yorubas, the Igbos, they use beads. Just that they also have their own pattern of doing the beading stuff. So we just have to copy the Igbos. The Igbo has their own normal way of doing the round okuku. Then they also have the normal way of using beads to just wrap their hair. And that was what we did. And someone came was like, Shebi people, you people say we should not do your own. So why are you not doing our own? Are you getting it? I was just like, don't, just wait, hold on. We'll also get the feedback and we'll know where we stand. For now, pardon us, please. We came to your place to do copy. So pardon us. So please, this is actually where we really need a feedback. Someone should please talk to us. What should we do? What should we do? We at this point, we are lost. At this point, we are confused. I'm talking now as a stylist because it's my profession. So we don't know what to do. Please talk back to us. Get back to us. Tell us what we do. What we do. Give us the instruction. Give us the different type. Let us know our boundary and let us know what we are not supposed to do.
Interesting. All right. I do find it very difficult that modernization will not influence traditional outfits. It's almost impossible.
Yes.
There's always going to be a touch. In another 10 years, even if there's this new picture that is the standard, in another 10 years, there will be people who will still try to tweak it a little bit.
Yes.
Stylish. Even the cuckoo.
Yeah,
it changes. Because the style my elder sisters did, all the brides in my family have different styles. Because I look at the pictures, they change.
As time goes on, the one you see, in fact, the one you see by, okay, there was this one that just came out before the ban. You know, having several horns, we call it horn, igege. You know, having several igege. Normally, we used to have one, 2, 4. It was 4. Before you know, 10 came out.
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
10, like 10 horn. So I've not seen anyone from the palace doing 10 horn.
No, I haven't.
So the normal ones, even when I've gone through their pictures, I tried to do some digging. Okay, let's see where this whole thing is coming from. As in, is there any way we've actually done the abominable, like we've trespassed? Let me just go and see how the old ones look like. So I've not even seen those. The one that we are doing today is actually different from the one they do from the palace. I saw the difference is they do their own is normal, round, simple.
Very simple. The queens are always very simple.
You understand? Simple and unique. There's this uniqueness that goes with.
Yeah, you will just know.
As in so calm, so unique and
subtle.
beautiful.
Yeah.
You understand? So I don't know. We are talking back to the house, please. To the traditional home where we came from. Please, we just want to know the kind of hair we can do, the kind of beading we can do. If we are to remove those symbols, those other
can we still use other symbols?
Can we still use other symbols like love, you know, the other thing we can do?
It's all right. But that's how we're going to be ending today's edition of the show. We even had to ask more questions than we answered, because these questions are top in the mind of most women in Benin. This is woman to woman. We want clarifications, we want directions, we want to be sure of what we're doing. Modernization will always have an influence in the way we dress. That's the problem with fashion. It evolves. It cannot always be the same from years immemorial. It just changes. And sometimes it circles right back to the beginning. We can still come back to the one we were doing 50 years ago. But if there are any outfits or symbols that are being introduced that the palace frowns at, it should be very clear. If there's a limitation to no cross-dresser, a Benin person should not go dress a transgender or a cross-dresser knowingly, then it should be clear as well. Whatever these restrictions are, we need more clarifications. That's our point. We need to know. We need to know the future of the Benin bride when it comes to their dressing. That's how we're going to end Woman to Woman. And hopefully when there is an update, we'll also do well to bring it to you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.